This Redditor has a series of events that are quite creepy and unsettling, so he decided to post about it on Reddit. But little did he know that by posting that on Reddit, another Redditor would comment on his original post and would potentially save his life. What's good? Luis here back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about how a Reddit comment literally saved someone's life. On the 15th of April, I found a yellow post-it note and a handwriting that wasn't mine on my desk reminding me of some errands I had to do, but told literally nobody about. While odd, I chalked it up to something I did in my sleep, thinking maybe in my half-awake state, I scrawled it so it didn't appear to be in my handwriting. I threw it out and thought little of it. So just by reading that, I mean, it sounds like we're dealing with something maybe psychological, paranormal, or shoot, maybe even both. Let's keep reading. On the 19th, I found another post-it note on the back of my desk chair in the same handwriting as the previous note, telling me to make sure I quote-unquote saved my documents. I was freaked out, but there was no other signs of a break-in, so I set up a webcam in my house aimed at my desk and used a security cam app for it to record after detecting movement. So he started seeing these post-it notes on the 15th, and then this happened again on the 19th. So that's about what, a 4-day difference of all this happening. And this note was talking about some save your documents. All right, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm gonna get freaked out. Like, nah, that's freaking me out for real. Because you know, you see one post-it note like on the 15th, right? Like the first day that it happened, and you're just like, okay, well, maybe it's just like a coincidence, or maybe I wrote it and I don't remember. Yeah, like it is what it is. But 4 days later, it happens again, and it's telling you to save documents. Like, all right, now we got something going on. You know what I mean? And the weird part is that there was no signs of any break-ins, you know? But I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty smart of him to install a camera at his house, you know? Because I probably would have done the same thing, you know? Because if it happened again, I'd be like, nah, I'm getting to the bottom of this, you know what I mean? Like, I'm putting a little cam up just to see what's going on. But let's keep reading. On the 28th, I woke up to find another post-it note. This one saying, quote-unquote, our landlord isn't letting me talk to you, but it's important we do. I immediately checked the webcam folder on my computer and found nothing from the night before. But my computer's recycling bin had been emptied, which I am certain I did not do recently, indicating someone had noticed the webcam and deleted the files. They were just saved straight to a folder on my desktop called webcam. So we're calling Ed and Lorraine at this point. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Noted. Yeah, because what do you mean that our landlord isn't letting me talk to you, but it's important that we do? Like, what is the possible meaning of that? No, I'm not gonna lie, I would get chills. Like the chills, the goosebumpies, they would be goosebumping for sure. Because the homie was saying that there was no signs of a break-in earlier, right? So it couldn't have been somebody who broke in. And even if they were to break in, they would probably like take some stuff, not like leave this random note talking about some of our landlord, you know what I mean? And I also think that he lives alone. So the fact that he lives alone and this is happening makes it 10 times scarier. So the first time this happened, it was April 15th. And then the next time it was April 19th. So that's a 4-day difference. Now from April 19th to the 28th, which is what we just read right now, that's a 9-day difference. So there was about like a week and a half where everything was chill. And then on the 9th day, that's when everything started going on again. Now, the weird part is that everything that the webcam recorded got deleted off of homie's computer. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of weird if you think about it. So not only is somebody writing this person some notes, but they're also getting into his computer. Now, I don't know if homie has a password on that, but hey, I recommend a password, buddy. But if he doesn't have a password, or if he does, then I don't know how they're getting into that. Maybe it's somebody that he knows and they're just playing a prank on him and they know his password. I don't know. Let's continue reading though. Today, on the 1st of May, I found another post-it note, this time being on the outside of my door with nothing written on it. And there also appeared to be post-its on many other doors in my apartment complex, all blank in varying colors. Okay, so now this is getting a bit odd, no? Because now I'm really leaning towards the fact that this could be like homie's friend, you know, like just pulling a prank on him. But why would he start putting like all those sticky notes in everybody else's complex? You know, I mean, hey, this must be a hell of a prank, bro. Because come on, hey, prank is done, bro. The prank is already pranked, man. Like if this is really a prank, you won, bro. Or this could be somebody in the apartment complex just kind of messing around and just doing stuff with sticky notes. But then why would they target homie, you know what I mean, and write him notes? And what do the notes mean? There's so many unanswered questions. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, this would be a good plot for a horror movie. Hey, A24, come to your big one on this one, bro. Because homie wakes up one day, right, and then he sees a note about running some errands that he literally told nobody about. And then the fact that this happens again a few days after, telling him about like, so we gotta talk to the landlord won't let me talk to you, like that's already weird in itself. And then a few days again after that, there's more sticky notes on the outside. Yeah, nah, this would be a crazy plot, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. But who could it be though? Because if nobody broke in and there was no signs of anybody breaking in, who could this be? Let's continue. Do I have any legal recourse here? I have no proof except for the post-its, but those are written by my pen and on my post-it notes, so conceivably, I could have just faked them. Would contacting the police get me into any trouble if they can't determine an outside source for this? I just want to make sure I'm not wasting anyone's time. Should I consult my landlord, those also living in the complex? Okay, so now we know that the pen and the post-its are his, so that kind of switches up the story a little bit. Because if they're his, I mean, could he possibly be writing these notes without him knowing? I mean, that's a possibility, right? Because I'm not gonna lie, he could probably be sleepwalking and then doing all this stuff without him realizing. But I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that a possibility? I want to know what you guys would do in this situation. So put down in the comments down below, what would you guys do in this situation? Are you contacting the landlord? Are you contacting other tenants? Are you phoning a friend, seeing what's good if they're maybe pulling the prank? Like, what are you guys doing? Because if you do contact the landlord and like the tenants and see what's good, I mean, they're just gonna be like, are those post-it notes yours? Yeah. Is that your pen? Yeah. Then what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Because there's literally nobody to blame here but homie himself. So realistically, I mean, he can't really put the blame on anyone. Or can he? Edit. I pulled up a letter I received from my landlord back when I moved in, and the handwriting is identical. Could this count as evidence? Ah, okay, so this is starting to make a little bit more sense now, because obviously landlords, they have the keys to all the units in an apartment complex, right? So realistically, the landlord could have went in there, wrote notes. Yeah, you know what, now I think about it, that doesn't make any sense either, because why would the landlord go into homie's crib, write all these notes, and then just keep messing with him like weeks after weeks? You know, that doesn't make any sense, because the first note that he got, it was saying some errands that he had to run that he told nobody about. So how could the landlord even know what errands he had to run that day if they don't even really talk to each other, if not at all? So how would the landlord know exactly what errands he had to run that? What if he was stalking him? Yo, imagine. What if he has a little stalker and it's the freaking landlord? Hold up. Wait, no, that wouldn't make any sense, because the second note he got was saying that our landlord won't let us talk, but it's important that we do. So why would he do that if he's the landlord? Unless he's playing a crazy game. I don't know, you guys. I'm starting to get a little bit of chills, y'all, because this is getting a little creepier by the minute, man. So at this point, this guy thinks that his landlord is messing with him, so he puts this little story up on Reddit under the subreddit legal advice, and that's an interesting one to put it in, I'm not gonna lie. But little did he know that by posting this on this subreddit, it would actually save his life by one simple fellow Redditor. You seem sincere, and this doesn't appear to be the plot of a Ray Bradbury short story. I mean, it's possible that your landlord is leaving notes inside of your apartment, but they don't make any sense in the context you're describing them. It's likely that you're writing the notes yourself, but you're forgetting. Do you use post-it notes as reminders in any other parts of your life or your job? Yes, this might be a mental health issue. You might be experiencing some sort of dissociative disorder. Or it might be a physical problem. You mentioned that you have a very unusual narrow bedroom with no windows. Is there a chance that you're not getting enough ventilation when you sleep? Or is there a carbon monoxide leak in the building? A cheap CO detector, which you should have anyway, is a fast way to find out. You'll also have really bad headaches. You know your own medical and mental history and your other experiences, so if you think these incidences might be you, like writing notes to yourself, well, there's no shame in getting somebody qualified to give you an opinion. So what this Redditor was basically saying is that, I mean, it could be your landlord that's doing all this to you, but the way you're describing the way the events rolled out, I mean, it doesn't really make sense, you know? Rather, it seems more of a psychological and physical problem instead of your landlord. But he did mention maybe getting like a CO2 detector, which in my opinion, I mean, that wouldn't really be like my first piece of advice, you know what I mean? But then again, I don't really know too much about stuff like that. I know it's a common thing that most people know, but I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like dabble into that stuff. Like, I know like fire alarms and stuff like that, but hey, you know what? Some people know more about like homes than others, you know what I'm saying? So the OP, he actually replied to this comment saying this: I have had really bad headaches, and I actually do have a CO detector. Guess I should probably take that out of the box and plug it in. I really want to know how this played out. Do you guys think it was maybe carbon monoxide poisoning that was messing with him physically and mentally? Why don't we find out? Thanks to everyone who sent suggestions and gave advice on how to proceed, especially to those who recommended a CO detector, because when I plugged one in the bedroom, it read at 100 ppm. TLDR, I had CO poisoning and thought my landlord was stalking me. Isn't that kind of wild, you guys? Homie had CO poisoning and he was literally writing notes to himself, doing stuff that he literally did not remember the next day. That's kind of wild if you think about it. It's kind of wild too that our bodies can literally just mess with us physically and mentally because of carbon monoxide poisoning. poisoning. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of wild. I didn't even think that it could do this to you, because I really thought that, hey, you know, if there was maybe some carbon monoxide in your house, that, hey, that like you maybe get headaches, but that's about it. But not to the point where you're literally writing notes to yourself and doing all this stuff that you don't even remember the next day. So ladies and gentlemen, this is your reminder or your sign to maybe get a CO detector, or maybe fix the one that you have. Maybe put the batteries back in and see what's good. Could save a life. Alright guys, that's gonna be the video for today. If you guys did enjoy today's video, it would really mean a lot to me if you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and hit that like button. Also, let me know down in the comments down below, what do you think about this Reddit story and how this one person literally saved this guy's life? I was thinking it was something completely the opposite, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking it was something like maybe paranormal or something like that. I thought he was gonna have to bring the priest in and do all that, but nah. In reality, it was just switching out a detector, or actually plugging in one that he had in the box. So, alright, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys have a great day today, and I will catch you guys in the next one.